Hey Callum. Okay, so I'm just going to do a loom of your site. Um, so my first instinct is that this lettering is just too big. And the reason I'm saying that is because most people's screens, like my monitor is pretty big, but most people's screens are about this size. And you would want your button or call to action to be above the fold here. So a lot of people, they will scroll, but if it's not readily available, then you're probably going to lose some people just on that minor thing alone. So my recommendation would be to bring this call to action button up here and stick it between your headline and your video. um, The other thing is that maybe you can drop this down. So rule of thumb for UX web design is that you don't want to exceed 3 lines, especially when it comes to a header. And you're also going to want to give this a little more breathing room between the lines. So this is probably at 1.1 or just 1. But I would do 1.2 on headers or 1.3 if necessary. Um, so I haven't watched your video yet, but I can give feedback on that when I do. So I'm just gonna scroll down. What do we do? So yeah, this is cool. Okay, so why us? I'm not sure if I understand that headline. This is really cool. I don't know if you made these yourself or had someone make them for you, but they're really good. Okay, so there is a few things that I would recommend just from a UX perspective. So far what I've seen is that this page is all about you, which is good, but you should be speaking to the user. And when I mean that, what I mean by that is you want to be able to tell them within the first 3 to 5 seconds, who is it for? So is it for me? Is it for agencies? I can't actually tell who this is for because it's not saying that. And what do we do? So never get into the solution before the problem. So you're going to want to explain, first of all, state who it's for and what you do right here so that I know. This call to action is not that great, to be quite honest with you. Learn how we help recover 10,000 lost MRR with one simple hack. So it's quite a lengthy headline, so I would definitely shorten it up. Also, you're using terminology that probably only agencies or corporations would use, so you're immediately excluding an audience and speaking to a more sophisticated audience. And if that's your intention, then that's totally fine. But just saying that not everyone's going to understand what do you mean by this. So if you are targeting like everyone and everyone, you're just doing a broad, you're going to lose a huge part of your audience by stating that. I would avoid using the word hack. Just from an IT perspective, people use hack and don't know what they mean when they use hack. So just some little samples. I would definitely want like a 1 or 3 word like phrase that really punches somebody in the face and gets them to stop. Like you want them to see that and stop scrolling. You don't want them to scroll right past it. And honestly, with this kind of long-winded, I would just too long didn't read. Plus, it's too large, so it stretches across the whole page. In web design, you're going to want to narrow the columns, have the text large, so that and keep the lines, as I said before, less than less than 3. 3, honestly, in my opinion, is too long. I would rather do 1 or 2. Just because people's attention span's so low, they don't want to, even a scan reader is going to be like, wow, okay, this is a lot to read. I'm a scan reader and I didn't understand what it said the first couple of times I looked at it. So just I would definitely work on this part here. This is your $1 million ad space, essentially. Most of your people aren't going to scroll past, even this. So make this really good. So I would, before you have this, I would have who it's for, not what we do. I actually don't see that anywhere on your page. So I would definitely have a who it's for section. And then in that section, talk about try to qualify them a little bit. Like, do you have, are you somebody who spends hours a week, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what your, exactly what your offer is. I'm assuming it's similar to mine, but I'm sure you can come up with some examples of what people complain about. And then funnel them down into okay, what we do, like this is for you, what we do. Then you can give them the solutions because they're already now aware of their problems. Some people just don't know their problems until you slap them in the face with it. The unique dashboard is really cool. I would absolutely keep this. I'm actually thinking of stealing this idea and putting it on my landing page too, because I actually didn't realize that we could do that, and I totally forgot it even existed. So why us? I do like this. Actually Ping's most powerful technology advancement. Tired of Lee's turning. Yeah, that's cool. I would definitely highlight that, make it more pronounced. The other thing that you're going to want to do, especially for a landing page, is this book a call button. I think this is the only place on your page where that button even exists. Oh, and there's one down here. So rule of thumb, at least for me, is to have a call to action or an action that the user can take at every section, at every stage. So unique dashboard, a button here that says book a demo, right? So why us? Maybe a button under here that says book a call to learn how it works. Something like that. Like keep your call to actions unique. Book a call is very generic. In something like this, it's kind of like, I don't understand what I'm getting out of this. Like introduction call, cool. It has to catch my attention and be enticing. Introduction call tells me what it is, but I already know what it is by looking at the button. So in this space, which is your header space, it should really be enticing for me. I don't know. A good example would be people hate to lose what they already have. So maybe talking about if you're getting 1,000 hits on your website, you're losing out on 90% of those people, and they're going to your competitors. So immediately that's like a, they want to keep those people. They're mine. Like they went to my website, but now they're going to the competitor's website. So maybe that if you can reword that or frame that in a way that makes them feel like, well, I better get on this and I better book a call. Then that's they're saving something. They're saving something that's already theirs. So just a bit of marketing psychology. I really like the results. The results absolutely should be right up at the top. So I would move the results. Like usually you want to see results here at the very top. So yeah, don't be afraid to kind of move some things around. There's definitely a psychology behind how people look at landing pages, and landing page templates are not always the greatest because they don't take that psychology into account. But yeah, so just move some things around. Maybe think about what I said about your top headline here. I think honestly that's the most important part. If you didn't change anything else and all you did was make this really good, I wouldn't care. Let me know when you've rejigged it, and I'd be happy to look at it again. Hopefully that helps.